Hey, what's going on, guys? Mcskillet here, and this is going to be my final part to showing off all the new knives. Well, actually, kind of my second final part. I'm going to be doing a complete Doppler guide. It's not going to be just showing them all off. It's going to be how to identify the different phases and how rare everything is. I'll be doing that probably tomorrow or sometime soon, but this is kind of my last video on showing off the rest of the knives. I was planning on not actually doing this, but I found some pretty cool stuff that a lot of you guys probably don't know about. Actually, I don't think any of you guys know about this first thing I'm going to show off, which after I show a couple of these freehand knives, I've actually found in the game files the pattern template, so you guys can see what all the different patterns you can get on these are. I actually posted it on Reddit, but I'll be showing off what that is in a second. And yeah, so these first types of knives are the freehand knives, and I will be showing the Brightwater as well as the black laminate knives in this video as well. But the freehand knives are probably the ones that are going to be worth the most out of all of these, and they're kind of cool. I mean, if you get a good sun angle when you're inspecting it, they kind of shine purple, which is kind of cool. But the majority of the knives, at least the ones that I got, they're actually covered in white text and symbols. So my prediction is these are going to be kind of like the slaughter knives, but I personally think after a while these might be worth a little bit less than the slaughter knives, just because the slaughter knives are kind of like a little more flashy. I don't know, people seem to usually pay more for however the skins that are the most flashy, I guess. But these are still kind of cool. They're probably going to be more valuable than the slaughters for a while, but they're actually very similar to how the slaughter knives are, because it's kind of just one pattern with a bunch of like symbols on it that's stretched over the different knives. And right here is actually the pattern template. And I think I'm the first one to post about this. I actually did make a thread on Reddit earlier, but this is pretty cool. It says stealth. I don't think people even realize this, but it's basically a big template that says stealth, and there's a bunch of little objects over it. As you guys can see, there's little guys on it, kind of over the T's on stealth, and I think it might be cool to try to get some of those on your pattern. Not sure if any of the ones that I tested out in game had those on it, but I'm not really sure what the most valuable patterns are going to be in before little man's figure overpay 1,000 keys. I don't know. I know people went crazy with the slaughters. I don't know if it's going to be the same with these. I mean, we've got all that like emerald Doppler and stuff now, so I don't know if people will be too focused on specific patterns. But here's the pattern template. I'll have the Imgur link in the description for you guys to look at if you want to check it yourself. And I believe the patterns scale differently depending on what the knife is. I know the M9 bayonet, you can fit so much of it on it. On the M9 bayonet I had earlier, I basically had part of both of the stealth things. I don't think it's possible to have one that says stealth over the entire thing. I'm not sure if it's really possible with the angles, or it might be. I'm not entirely sure. Or it might just not even fit on any of the knives. Maybe the M9. But next up, we've got the gut knife. And this one, it actually had one of the little guys, or like I don't really know what it is, but there's like a little guy on it, and I thought it was kind of cool, but I was hoping it would appear a little bigger. I don't know if it appears bigger on any of the other knives, but on the gut knife, you can see on the very center of it, you can see a small little guy, nothing too special, but yeah, so next up we got the black laminate knives. And I was a little bit disappointed on these. I actually really do like the AK black laminate, but some of these knives, I mean, the problem is when they're in the sunlight, they literally just look like vanilla knives, and when they're not in the sunlight, they look kind of like vanilla knives that got burned, except they do have a cool handle. I'll give them that, but you don't really see the handle too often, and the handle's pretty cool looking because it's not just normal wood, but yeah, I don't expect these to be worth too much. I mean, the gut knife is very, very basic, and I'm pretty sure the condition has very, very little effect on these skins. I know the condition has close to no effect on the AK black laminate, and I believe it's the same way in the knives. The only difference is the battle scarred ones just look kind of darker, and the factory new ones are just a little brighter. It's really not too big of a difference, but this is the M9 right here. Kind of cool, but as you can probably see, like, when you're not inspecting it from a lot of light angles, it just kind of looks like a default knife, which is the reason I didn't like these too much, and I do like the AK black laminate, but I don't know, I didn't think they were too special, but yeah, I'm really not expecting them to be worth too much. They're also not rare to get factory new, because the AK black laminate is super, super rare to get factory new. But these, they're actually relatively rare to get factory. They're just as rare as a blue steel. So if you guys ever looked into how rare those were, it's about the same. So there's probably going to be over 10 StatTrak factory new ones, which is actually still somewhat rare. Like, of course, for Doppler knives, there's always tons of StatTrak factory new ones, but it won't be super rare. So I don't know what the prices will be. I know like Karambit, Stat Track Factory New Blue Steels, they're very, very hard to trade. I'm guessing a Stat Track Factory New version of any of these knives is going to be relatively rare. It won't be like Crimson Web or Night Rare, but there's not going to be too many that are known to exist, but it's going to be a very hard item to trade, I would expect, unless the Dubai collectors are looking for these, but I'm not sure if they are. It may not be rare enough for them, and yeah, it shouldn't be too rare at all to just get normally factory new. Stat Track Factory New might be kind of rare on some of these, and yeah, they are just very, very bland looking, and I mean, the only people that would ever pay more for like the good conditions like factory new are basically just collectors, because if you're just looking for a play skin, all the conditions look almost identical. Just a warning on these. So next up we've got the Brightwater knives, and I was actually expecting a little bit for these to be a little worse, but they're actually not that bad, especially because the blue part actually expands to the karambit ring and the like handle part, so it's actually not too bad looking. This is obviously going to be a pretty cheap knife though. It's kind of the equivalent of like Boreal Forest or Forest Edipat, but blue, so it's probably going to be worth more than those just because it's a little bit more colorful, probably a little cooler than Boreal Forest. I actually kind of like these. I mean, they're not that bad at all, but the one way that they're not like Boreal Forest and those is they are not rare to get factory new. Again, they're not rare to get factory new at all. They're actually pretty common, and they can't really get too battle scarred at all with the way the wear values work on these. So yeah, they're actually going to be rare to get battle scarred, but they won't be rare to get factory new at all, which I was a little bit disappointed on. I was hoping we'd have some ultra rare Stat Track factory new knives so I could have some more rare skin videos, or maybe try to pick up one myself. But it looks like that won't be happening for anything but the emeralds, and yeah, hopefully we can see some emerald Dopplers get dropped. At the time I'm recording this video, no one has gotten an emerald Doppler, and there's been very few knives unboxed at all from the new case. But I'll probably do a big case opening myself, because I'm actually motivated to open cases for once. I didn't open a single Chroma 3 case, but these cases I actually really do want to open. I might try to live stream it to YouTube or something. I was going to try Twitch, but I might as well just live stream it to YouTube, because I probably get more viewers that way anyway, and I know I have like no followers on Twitch, and I basically never live stream there at all. So yeah, I'll probably do some sort of case opening thing, and I kind of want to do it live, because that way a little more entertaining, so I might do it to YouTube live if I can figure that out. But yeah, that's all the knives for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and feel free to let me know what you think of the new knives. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys, and I'm Mcskillet, and I'm out.